Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
Today is Laurel.
There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for 3. Shot! He turns the
Look to throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Harlansburg, Laurel High School, your venue for this afternoon's WPIAL Girls 3A First Round Basketball Playoff action on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, also on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Laurel Spartans hosting the Burrell Bucaneers. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, by Castle Asphalt, by the Red Zone, by Luxembourg Garbutt, Kelly and George, by Medore Bonner Law, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health in Motion Physical Therapies, by Works in Progress Paint Services, by Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, by the Tri-County Principals Association, by the Laurel Teachers Association, by Something for Your Wall Photography, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Good morning, I guess we should say. Breakfast ball coming here from Laurel High School. Chris Birch alongside. I'm James Dotson. Chris, we bring it back down from District 10 World to see another fantastic Lawrence County game here with the Spartans at a 20-2 overall record. They're the number 2 seed in this Class 3A girls basketball tournament, taking on the Burrell Bucs, the 15 seed. More than anything, it's just home playoff games. It's always the big thing to start talking about.
Yeah, no doubt, James. Certainly glad to be here with you down in Lawrence County, a great venue here at Laurel. Had a chance to be with you right after the new year to see this team against Mohawk. And, of course, I know these players well. Had some AAU experiences with this group of seniors. So I know that this is a terrific team that's had a great season, just a loss to Mars and Neshannock. They're only blemishes on the year, 2 great teams. So, yeah, this is certainly the first of hopefully and probably a very long run for this terrific Laurel Spartan team. Yeah, Spartans are the 2 seed. You mentioned Neshannock. They split with Neshannock. They are the 3 seed. Shadyside Academy getting the number 1 overall seed, but very possible that you could end up seeing that Laurel-Neshannock round 3. If everything goes to chalk, they'd be meeting in the WPIAL semifinals, and wouldn't surprise us at all if it got down to that, but it all starts with what you do today. You have to come out firing immediately on this Saturday afternoon. And the thing of it is, James, and you look at, kind of Burrell, I think the most telling thing about Burrell is their game-by-game statistics. So, in other words, they come in at 10-12, 4-6 in their section. But you look at their losses, there's not one bad team that they lost to. Every one of the teams that they lost to is elite or close to elite, and some of the losses were close to very good teams. So, again, it's a 15 seed, it's a 10-12 team. Sometimes you see in the district playoffs, the various district playoffs, games like this are blowouts. I'm not sure that this maybe is the gimme that some people might think it is. this team has been capable of hanging in there against the best teams in their section and some non-section games.
And talk about a young team for Burrell, too. That always is a key, because if you're a young team, hey, you don't know any better. You don't know that you're the 15th seed. We'll see how the Spartans with Coach Marcantino come out firing, hopefully, on all cylinders for Spartan fans. What we're going to do, though, before we fire on all cylinders, we're going to step aside, pay some bills, be back in a moment with the LGKG pregame show here at lcsportsnet.com, Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
And this is our Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George pregame show. Make sure you give them a call for your free consultation, lgkg.com. Keeping promises for over 80 years. Laurel 20-2, 9-1 co-champs out of Section 1. Burrell at 10-12, 4-6 out of Section 3, the 4th place team out of Section 3. But that's a team that does have some quality teams. Apollo Ridge is the number 2 team out of that section. They're hosting Mohawk in the 6-11 game today. And then the number 1 seed overall, Shadyside Academy. You know, I mean, what else can you say? 20-2, what a great turnaround that season has been with first-year head coach Jonna Burke. So there you go, 2 teams already right there in section play that they have to deal with who are pretty quality. But obviously we know the quality of this section when you have a Laurel, a Neshannock, a Mohawk, a Beaver Falls, and a pretty good Elwood City team that is not even in the postseason.
Right. Yeah, no question. Yeah, you put we know about how good Lawrence County basketball, girls basketball, certainly is right now.
Right.
And you put all those teams in the same section. Right, yeah, you probably, if you threw Elwood into most of the other 3A sections, they probably get in as a 3 or a 4, or a 3rd or 4th place team. So, yeah, again, lots of great teams. We know how good Mohawk is, and Neshannock getting a win over this Laurel team. So yeah, both of these teams certainly come into this game well tested. I mean, Shadyside, I mentioned, some of Burrell's, I guess, quality losses. Shadyside was the one team in their section that was able to kind of get off on this Burrell team, winning both games by 30 plus. But so yeah, we know how good they are.
Looking at these 2 teams and looking at Laurel in general, the word injury comes up when you say Laurel, unfortunately, especially on the boys' side. So many players that have been in and out of the lineup, and unfortunately that injury bug hit Laurel late in the year with Jonna Hill being out of the lineup for about 3 weeks as she suffered a high ankle sprain. But if you look out there, standing right at the top of the key, that's number 45, folks. She's out there. She's ready to go. She will not start, but just was cleared, 2 days ago. She's going to give it a go.
Yeah, that's certainly that's a big lift, as far as kind of emotionally knowing she's back, and it just kind of gives your whole team a lift when someone who's been not even dressed for games is all of a sudden back and available and can go in and give you a couple of minutes.
We're hoping that she can make her way through it. And real quick, another injury. You'll notice Daniel Pontius will be wearing the mask tonight.
Yeah, just got hit in the face with a ball, and has decided that perhaps it would be better if she wore the mask. So.
Well, we'll see. We'll put the over-under at 5.5 minutes of how long she will actually be wearing that mask here today. Yeah. But we'll have tip-off coming up in a few moments. But, of course, we're going to have to go and move the camera right down on Miss Ava Conti, who will be singing our national anthem. So while we wait for the announcements to be made, again, give a shout-out to Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly & George, their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Let them guide you through the legal process and get your free consultation at lgkg.com. We'll also have photos from this afternoon's game. I'm going to screw that up so many times today, by the way. It's not tonight's game. It's this afternoon's game. Courtesy of Something for Your Wall Photography. Make sure you check out her on Instagram, on Facebook. We'll have some select photos. Make sure you check out all of her great photos. She's been to every single Lawrence County playoff game so far, actually. So go get your own your portraits, and of course your collages can make some great end of year or graduation gifts for your friends. Something for Your Wall Photography. Laurel again coming in with a 20-2 overall record. Burrell at 10-12. And while we have a second, also mention Cassidy Lay, the junior for Burrell. They're suffering with a knee injury. She was a spark plug for this team that has had to step aside here late in the year with a knee injury, according to Coach Reddick. So we'll be without Lay today. So we'll see how they respond with that. And now we will pause for the singing of our national anthem. Ava Conti with our national anthem. Not much beats a live national anthem there, Chris Birch.
No, that was terrific. Unbelievable. Gave me chills. She did a great job with that. So, yeah, good crowd starting to file in, too. It was basically a late arriving crowd, right? As you mentioned it, we are now talking to you. It still isn't noon yet, so we're saying good morning. But yeah, starting to kind of file in now.
Now we get starting lineups being announced. We'll get them to you as well. Coming out for Burrell under second-year coach Sean Reddick. Again, a 10-12 overall record. Jules Fisher, a 5'11 sophomore. Fellow sophomore, 5'9 sophomore Anna Clark. And a trio of seniors, 6-footer Addie Landowski, 5'9 senior Emily Wojciak, and 5'10 senior Riley Sterlitz. So Fisher, Clark, Landowski, Wojciak, and Sterlitz for the Burrell Bucaneers, the fourth-place team out of Section 3. And now for the section champions, co-champions with Neshannock. By the way, Neshannock, the other game we have at lcsportsnet.com. Lee Moan and Jay Moan will be on the call for that one. You can check it out as well. We'll have already a update from that game before tip-off. We'll get you that in 1 second before we get your starting lineup. The lone sophomore, the 5'11 sophomore, Tori Atkins, averaging 3 points per game, is Tori. Kendra Ruperto, 5'4" junior. She's averaging 4 points per game. She's been a nice spark plug over the last 3 weeks with Jonna Hill being out of the lineup. The 1,000-point scorer, Reagan Atkins, then on number 3 player scorer in Laurel girls basketball history. She's joined by Danielle Pontius, 5'5" senior. She's averaging 11 points per game. And Josie Fortuna, 7 points a game for the 5'5" senior Josie Fortuna. So again, Reagan and Tori Atkins along with Pontius, Fortuna, and Ruperto.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to 2 of the other 1,000-point scorers. Talked a little bit to Caroline down on the floor. Got a little bit of a Burrell scouting report from her. And then Jenny Book is here also. Got a chance to talk to her. Saw her last night at the Slippery Rock boys game. Her nephew had a great game. So yeah, they're almost all here, James. All the 1,000-point girl scorers for Laurel.
And Caroline Gibson is the all-time scorer. And guess what? It's just 89 points. That's all now that is needed from Reagan Atkins to get to that number 1 all-time plateau. By the way, here's the update we have from Neshannock High School playing Charleroi. Charleroi has 5 players dressed for that game.
Oh boy. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully it's a good 5.
Hopefully it's a good 5, and hopefully they don't foul much. So Laurel going left to right in their home whites. Burrell in the road blues. Tip-off controlled by Tori Atkins, and we are underway here from Spartanville. It is now officially afternoon, so good afternoon coming from Lawrence County. Around the perimeter, Pontius finds the backdoor cut, able to find Reagan Atkins. She tries to back her way in, and they're going to get a blocking foul before the shot. It's going to go against Jules Fisher for her first.
Just that continuity offense that Laurel runs so well. It's a little kind of a variation of that sort of Holy Cross set. Just able to get it inside to Atkins and get a basket or get a foul.
Fortuna, top of the key, thought about a 3. Now they'll work it around the perimeter. Reagan Atkins from Torrey for 3. It's good right off the bat. Reagan Atkins, her 36th 3-ball of the year.
Yeah, how about that? Nice little out-of-bounds play, set play, and Atkins executing it perfectly.
And we'll get into the pressure here for the Spartans. Burrell able to break through it, get into their offensive set for the first time here this afternoon. Trying to dribble drive there as Anna Clark kicks it back out. Around the perimeter for Wojciak. Burrell in their first time in the playoffs in 6 or 7 years under second-year coach Sean Reddick. And it's trying to build off the program. 3 seniors in the starting lineup. He said have been very instrumental in terms of transitioning from one coach to the other.
You can see in that dribble drive what Laurel's done, and just they don't let him get downhill.
And that good defensive positioning down low from Atkins. Looked like she may have taken a shot to the face, but she is okay. Shot off the mark, and Laurel comes back in the offensive possession. Gives it to Torrey between the circles. Pontius tees one up with the mask. In and out, no good. Rebound coming out from Jules Fisher.
Yeah, good rebound there by Fisher.
6:30 remaining in the opening quarter. Handoff goes to Fisher. She tries to drive her way in. Got a step and got the bucket.
You can tell she's a good player, James. There's no question about that. Sophomore just getting in there and finding the seam, getting downhill, and finishing her at the rim.
5'11" sophomore at that, too. Used her size to her advantage once she got down to the block. Pontius skips over to Atkins. She'll try another one from the right wing. 2 for 2.
Yeah, you have to guard her. That's I think that should be number 1 on the scouting report, too, when you play Laurel, and that's twice she said fairly wide open threes.
1,139 career points. 3rd all-time in Laurel Spartans history. And we'll have our first turnover of the game as that pass over the top goes into the first row.
Yeah. You know, this Laurel team, they don't necessarily press like they did a few years ago, but they still, you know, kind of force a lot of turnovers just in their base man-to-man defense.
Pass on the cut, able to get it to Fortuna. Good pass, great catch, and the layup is in.
Yeah, Fortuna, just a great little cut, backdoor cut. Nice pass by Atkins, great finish.
Threading the needle was Atkins to get it to Fortuna. Quick hands, by the way, to snag that pass. 5:15 remaining in the first quarter. Here in the first round, on the path to the Pete. Handoff with the ball is Wojciak. She'll step just inside the arc, take the long jumper. It's no good. Rebound will be tracked down by Fortuna in front of her own bench.
Yeah, this Laurel team is so comfortable playing just in their half-court man-to-man offense like this.
They're content to run motion all day long if you let them, right?
And they don't even call the offense. That's what I love. They just run right into it.
They know what to do, and they spread the floor this time. Pontius absorbed some contact, but could not get it to go. Coming the other way is Burrell. On the right wing, that's Fisher. Now a three-pointer on the way. Well off the mark, trying to follow her shot was Anna Clark, and she's going to get on the floor, grab the rebound momentarily, but then Atkins is going to rip it away. They'll get a held ball first before a foul. That'll at least save possession for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Burrell working hard. I mean, yeah, it's obviously it's 8-2. They're a decided underdog in this game, the 15 seed. But you can see this. They're going to continue to work.
Confusion is Laurel was ready to inbound. Yeah, it should be Burrell basketball as Laurel won the opening tip. Yep. Little chuckle between Coach Sean Reddick and one of the officials. Tim Hammond, Aaron Pritchard, and Brett Heller are 3 men in stripes here this afternoon. On the wing with Clark. Good pass down low. Trying to get some space there was Fisher. Partially blocked on the way up by Fortuna, and she grabs a rebound. Man, is she working hard to get that bound.
She's working hard. That was a great rebound in traffic.
Down to 4:15 remaining in the first quarter. Fortuna trying to back her way in now. Kicks it back out to Pontius. She pumps. She drives. Has some room. Off the window with an and one.
Yeah, Pontius has that little move where she squares up, and as a defender, it's almost impossible to not sort of hard charge there. Ball fakes, gets to the rim, draws the foul, gets it up on the glass. That was a big-time move.
And we have a Pontius Insurance timeout, which means we'll take one here as well on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
No better way, I would say, to come out of or go into your first Pontius Insurance timeout than a Daniel Pontius and one opportunity.
Yeah, that's you watch players and you get to kind of get to know their tendencies. She is so good at that. Just that little drag, and she just lures defenders to come at her. And then she's got that quick first step, gets around them. Help defense was late, drew the contact, made the layup,
and gets the three-point play to boot. Makes it 11-2. We're at 4:05 remaining in this first quarter. Almost a steal in the backcourt, and then actually it is stolen away by Fortuna. Going to get it over the top. Pontius with the left hand off the back iron and in.
Yeah, there's that kind of pressure here from Laurel. Now they're setting their 2-2-1. I always thought you're kind of in trouble against them when they can get into this.
So it's a little bit of a soft pressure early, and then they up the intensity on you.
Yep.
That's how they got the last steal and score. This time Burrell able to get it into the half-court offense. 3:35 remaining in this first quarter. With possession there is Anna Clark dribbling on the volleyball line. Closely guarded by Atkins. Nearly a steal there. Fortuna nearly gets one as well. Drive, dish. Wojciak tries to get in the lane. She's going to get a shot up, and I think we're going to have a whistle and a foul. Question is it on the way up? Yes, it is. So Emily Wojciak, the 5'9" senior, will shoot a pair of free throws.
Yeah, it was kind of just a savvy move there by Wojciak, waiting to draw the contact, and then went up and got it.
First free throw up and good. By the way, while we have a moment, give a shout out to our friends at the Red Zone. Make sure you stop by the Red Zone. All your county sporting apparel needs, especially all of the postseason gear. It's all there on Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. 13-4. Now Burrell's going to try to get into some full court press, trailing by 9 early. Atkins drives, gets it to Tori, back out now to Danielle. Thought about a three. Now they'll bring it back out to the right wing. Raperto steps inside the arc. She'll take a 15-foot jumper off the mark, no good. Atkins crashing the board, but Landowski able to snag it away.
Yeah, Landowski creates a good space for herself for a defensive rebound there.
Trying to back their way in. That was Wojciak, well defensed by Raperto. She gets the shot from the right wing. It's going to be short. Actually missed everything and went out of bounds. It's going to be possession over to the Spartans. 2:47 remaining in the first quarter. And look at this, Jonna Hill checking in.
Yeah, that's great. Good timing for it, too. 2:47 to go in this first quarter. Get her back in there. Let her get a little comfortable in this game.
Missed the last 2.5, 3 weeks of the regular season with a high ankle sprain. Just got cleared a couple of days ago. Glad to see her back. She's an instrumental part of this offense, is the senior. Ponchitz gets the return pass back out from Fortuna. Atkins, top of the key, make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, she, again, feet set, shoulders square, nobody in her face. She's making that every time.
Burrell will try to answer with a top of the key three of their own. Hits the rim 2 or 3 times, but Landowski's 3 ball does not fall in. Ponchitz starting to break the other way, hesitates, tried to get around Landowski, went to the ground, but kept the dribble going. And then we're going to have a blocking foul. No, they're going to say stepped on the sideline.
Yeah, and I actually think I saw him blow the whistle before the contact, so he did. Laurel fans are probably, she got knocked out of bounds. No, he had it stepping on first.
Hey, by the way, does this count? There's 2:03 remaining. I said it within the first 6 minutes the mask would come off.
It counts. You win. You got it. You got the over-under.
We are under 2 minutes to play now in this opening quarter. Spartans with the 12-point advantage. Ball knocked away. Atkins is going to get the steal. That's Tori Atkins now coming up the court with some speed. Goes to the hoop. Good defense. Hustling back to force an altered shot. Great job.
Very good defense by Burrell.
By the way, winner will play either Keystone Oaks or South Park in the quarterfinals round. Fortuna grabs that rebound off of the miss in the lane there from Anna Clark.
Yeah. Fortuna, I only have her for 3 rebounds, but all 3 of them have been very dramatic in traffic with lots of contact.
Not afraid to tussle with the bigs. Hill, pump fake, drive. Look at that.
All right.
Welcome back, Jonna Hill.
Welcome back, Jonna Hill. No doubt, little ball fake, good footwork, and then right at the rim with 1 dribble.
Saw the avenue, and she took it. Just over a minute to play in the first quarter. Into the game is Blancato for the first time for Burrell. Goes to the left wing. 3-pointer from Fisher is off the mark. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc here in the first quarter for the Bucs. Reagan Atkins swings it over to Torrey. Top of the key, Fortuna. Jab step, pops, off the mark, no good. Rebound, good job to box out by Clark to get the bound.
Yep. You see a lot of fundamental things that this Burrell team does.
Very young team, 3 seniors in the starting lineup, a lot of juniors and sophomores who are getting playing time. One of them going to the line right now is Juliana Fisher. Jules, good job to get the extra step and get 2 freebies.
Yeah, Fisher is a really good player. I mean, you can tell just kind of by the way she plays, her savvy. That was a nice ball fake, got downhill, knew exactly how to draw the foul, draw the contact to earn the foul.
Jules Fisher will toe the line. First one on the way. Nothing but net. And I'll tell you what, too. You're 3 for 3 as a team from the line to start the game. That's also good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just having trouble getting good shots. Laurel's defense is just, kind of making it tough for them. They can run their offense, they can break the press, but they're just having trouble getting good shots against this very good Laurel defense.
Both free throws good. 18-6 your score. You see some of the other games going on in Class 3A playoffs on your bottom line as we have a whistle and a turnover for the travel against Jonna Hill.
Yeah, just kind of wasn't ready to catch it, and it's all right. Welcome back. You got to work that out a little bit.
18 seconds remaining as Burrell crosses the timeline. Good backdoor cut. Unable to handle it the first time was Fisher, but she'll get it back and get the and one.
Yeah. Fisher kind of single-handedly keeping them in the game. I don't necessarily mean with the points that she's scoring, but just, the defense that she's playing and getting to the rim and drawing fouls.
Off the mark on that free throw, though. She does have 6 of Burrell's 8 points. 18-8, 10 seconds remaining here in the first. Atkins left alone. She'll try for it, in and out. Otherwise, that would have been 4 for 4 from downtown in the first quarter. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end. Can't give her that much space, Chris.
No, you can't. I mean, she's, that's one of those old, she's 4 feet behind the 3-point line. Well, she's making them. Go guard her. Yeah, so, no doubt.
18-8 your score at the end of one. Back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
While you have a moment, this game and broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any use of this broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening and viewing audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. And with that, we get ready for quarter number 2 with the 2-seed Spartans leading by 10. Double team in the front court. Yep. Fortuna able to split through it. Swing it over to Atkins. She gets a step. She gets to the lane, and she gets an and one.
Okay, she's okay. Whew. For a second there, she had a face that made her look like she maybe got hurt there, but she did not. She was kind of smiling at the move that she made. So, yeah, Burrell decides to come out and go into the trap. And 2 passes later, he got Atkins going to the basket and drawing a foul.
Unable to get the three-point play, though, is Atkins, though she is the first player in double figures after that basket.
Got a little blood here as Fortuna.
Well, talked about how Fortuna goes in there with authority at times. She just picked up her second foul and a bloody mouth to go along with it.
Face first, figuratively and literally in that case.
Daniel Pontius might advise against that. Those just tuning in, Pontius, as you can see down there, is they're going to take some time to get blood off the court. She's going to take time to get the mask off her face. She suffered a nose injury at, of all things, a dodgeball game at school for charity.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it was a good fundraiser, a good charity. But you know, if you know Danielle Pontius, she's not going to go to something and not compete at it. You know, so it's dodgeball. Calm down. You know, but no, she's going to go in and compete. And sure enough, that's how she got dinged up with a dodgeball in the face.
I remember my senior year doing a similar thing, a 3-on-3 basketball tournament right before baseball season, and had to have my baseball coach chirping in my ear from the front row the entire time.
Yes.
Because you know, it's tough. We can't turn it off.
Right. All right, so Laurel, a little bit of a different look here, James. This is that 1-2-2. This is the full-out press here.
Georgia Jellyman checked in, by the way, for Josie Fortuna. Now they're going to back off. A little tough time finding an open person. Riley Sterlitz is open as just miscommunication defensively, Chris.
Yeah, great job by Burrell, breaking the press, finding a shooter. Good pass, good feet set, and Burrell working their way back into this game a little bit.
And back to a single-digit lead now for the Spartans. Pontius, she's going to get some room, and she'll drain a three.
Yeah. That's the problem with all of the defenses that Burrell is playing is it makes no differentiation between the shooters and the non-shooters.
Pass out of the break, getting it down low. We're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a traveling violation called against Juliana Fisher. And part of it on this other end here, Chris, they're going behind the screen.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, like, in other words, there's just kind of no, hey, these two are the ones that we cannot allow any space at all, but they're kind of guarding everybody the same. And when you play this Laurel team, you can't do that.
Tori Atkins gives it over to Jellyman around the perimeter. Atkins to Ruperto. She thought about a three. Instead gets the cut to Jellyman off the window. Can't get the friendly roll.
A good execution of the offense there. Good pass. Just, pretty good defense there by Burrell right at the rim.
And transition the other way. Landowski. Now Fisher will get the handoff. Tries to drive her way in. She's got 6 of the 11 on the board for the Bucs.
Good D by Jellyman there.
And they got some size here. 6 foot, 5'11" between Landowski and Fisher. See if they can try to exploit it. Atkins nearly gets a steal poking it away from Sterlitz. She has to swing it back over near side. That's Brancato. 6:10 remaining in the first half. We're going to reach in foul called against the Spartans. It's going to go against Ruperto for her first. Team's 5th. Coming up at the half, we will have our Castle Asphalt halftime show coming your way. Make sure you check out castleasphalt.com. Commercial line striping, paving, and everything else you could possibly ask for. Right now, though, Coach Margantino is saying and asking for stop reaching in.
Yeah.
Daniel Pontius with her second.
Yeah, he's going to call a timeout, James, actually, to talk about that. Yeah, he doesn't want this team to get in foul trouble in a game like this.
Timeout on the court. Let's take a quick Pontius Insurance timeout ourselves here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
Again, we thank all of our sponsors here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Everything that they do for us throughout the entire year, make sure you help them out the way they help us out here at lcsportsnet.com. Pontius playing with the arms out with those 2 fouls. Good handoff on the backside shot, though. Clark can't get it to go. Reagan coming with speed, gets it back out to Tori for 3. Her shot came out of the hand all wrong. Fighting for the offensive rebound, though. Jellyman's going to get it, and then we're going to have a reach and foul called against Anna Clark of Burrell.
Jellyman hustling, getting some great minutes here today, and making the most of it. A couple of great defensive plays. She's come in the game and is guarding Jules Fisher, Burrell's best player. So, really checking all the boxes for exactly what you would want kind of a senior 6th, 7th man to go in and do.
By the way, it's the second foul against Anna Clark. To the high post for Tori, right back out to big sister Reagan. To the left wing, good step through and a little floater. Can't get it to go, though, for Daniel Pontius, and saved out of bounds. Good hustle play by Anna Clark.
Yep.
In transition the other way, right to the rack goes Jules Fisher. She's got 8.
Yeah, Fisher's good. Fisher's really good, James. Obviously, Laurel has the plethora, more good players than Burrell does, but she belongs right out there.
She's got 8 of the 13 for the Bucs. Lead back down to 10. That's a shot at the other end. Pontius makes probably 9 times out of 10. That's a shot that's been made 4 times out of 5 today for Reagan Atkins, though.
She's something else. Just kind of continuing to creep closer and closer to her assistant coach, to being the all-time leading scorer here at Laurel.
Came in 89 points away unofficially.
Probably not going to get that today, but if they keep guarding her like that, she might.
Let her keep shooting like that. You're sure. You're sure right. Inbounds under the offensive hoop for the Bucs. They're going to get it right into the front court for Anna Clark. Clark trying to cross over, trying to get some space against Tori. Able to kick it back out to Brancato. She gets some room off the window and gets the roll.
Brancato, just kind of a long athlete, able to get that up on the rim, and it finds its way in.
Another young player out there, too, getting the job done. Atkins drives in, knocked away from her, out of bounds, and it was last hit by the Bucs. Brancato, a 5'8" freshman, getting minutes.
Yeah.
Fortuna checking back in. She's playing with 2 fouls. Jonna Hill back in there for the Spartans. 4:20 remaining. Atkins, make it 5. Why not?
Why not? Yeah, just a quick execution of the out-of-bounds play. And
yeah, a little confusion. It looked like Burrell didn't know who they were matched up against. That ball knocked out of bounds by Atkins. If she hit it any harder, we would have been catching it up here in the crow's nest.
My commentary on that is we don't have to match up with everybody, but we better match up with her.
Reagan Atkins, 17 points. And Danielle Pontius just picked up her 3rd foul on the inbounds. So point guard now going to have to go to the bench. And we're going to have some bonus free throws brought to you by Health in Motion Physical Therapy.
Yeah, that's probably usually kind of typical coaching Laura. It probably means she's done for this first half. There's still 4:05 to go, maybe a few offensive possessions, but Burrell hanging in there in a variety of ways here, James. I think early on we got the sense that Laura was just going to kind of cruise in this one, but Burrell not making it easy.
They certainly are not, and especially because they've been effective from the free throw line, now 6 of 7 from the stripe. Ruperto left alone, thought about a three, drove in, and then was pushed as she went to the hoop. That's a good job, though, of passing up a lower percentage for a higher percentage shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think she turned and was going to shoot and thought, well, nobody's in front of me, so I just go in there and, okay, they're going to call it on the floor. Okay.
So before she attempted the shot, Hill lost possession, able to get the pass off, though. There's Reagan. Back iron, no good. 5 of 7. How dare she?
Yeah.
Burrell coming the other way, ripped away by Ruperto. She's going to get the steal, ball on the floor. We're going to have a held ball, and possession arrow will stay with the Bucs with 3:42 remaining. Gotta love it. You got your seniors coming and jumping on the floor. Junior Ruperto doing the same.
Yeah, Ruperto's doing a great job. That's a couple of times she's gotten on the floor. Yeah, Fortuna's awesome doing that stuff, and so is Ruperto.
Players not afraid to run through the brick wall if they have to. Landowski backing her way in. Nice little hook shot off over the right shoulder.
How about that? The 6-foot senior. Little kind of ball fake to the inside, and then the big Mike in over the defense.
Cuts the lead down to 10. Double team on the near sideline. Fortuna kicks it back out to Ruperto. Spinorama able to snag it back away. Crossover dribble. Atkins. She can go inside the arc too.
Wow. Great ball fake. One dribble to get into that little kind of mini jump stop, powering it up. She's a really impressive player.
And I know you love seeing that jump stop.
I love that. Yep.
Going the other way, there's a jump stop for a pull-up. Shot, though, doesn't go in. Jonna Hill skies up for the rebound. Hill coming the other way, drops it off for Tori, right back to Reagan. Thought she might pull up there from the volleyball line for a moment. But they get into their motion offense, quickly down to Fortuna, right back out to Hill, corner three, short, no good. Rebound going towards the corner. Reagan Atkins going to sprint all the way over to save it. Wow.
Yeah.
Now here comes Ruperto trying to drive her way in. Good defense stymied by Blancato and company. They'll pull it back out with 2:20 remaining. Good job just to reset here.
I agree. Run your offense for a while here, no question.
They run this motion so well with those screens, those cuts. Playing with the gauze in her nose right now is Fortuna. Fighting off a double team, still fighting in. She's going to get a shot up, and she's going to get smacked on the hand.
Yeah. That is actually the first moment today where I feel like if I was coaching, I would not be pleased. That was pretty good defense there by Burrell. But, yeah, you can see. I mean, isn't it, again, obviously Laurel up 12 on the foul line, dominating the game in a variety of ways, but Burrell is getting more and more comfortable defensively here.
And here's the thing. Anna Clark just picked up her 3rd foul. You want to talk about how important she is for Coach Reddick and team? Yes. She's still out there.
Right.
Splitting the pair at the foul line or the Spartans and running out of real estate. Atkins tried to chase it down, but she's the last to touch it.
Yeah, she kind of knocked it off of Anna Clark, but then it bounced back off of her before it went out of bounds.
Steal there against the trap. They're going to hand it off to Reagan. She drives in. Good block offensively. Pulling all the way back is Blancato. Held ball possession will stay with the Spartans. How about the freshman?
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's right. Like you kind of said it. She kind of has that look like she's not real clued into what this moment is about, so therefore it's not too big for her.
And just great experience for all these young Burrell Buccaneers players. First time in the playoffs in 7 years, I think, is the official number.
Right. So all of their careers, even if they're seniors.
Ruperto on the right wing. Going to get a screen from Jellyman. Over left wing. That's Fortuna with 1:30 remaining. She gets into the lane, and she'll get a foul after the great defensive play last time by Brancato. This time she kind of reached in and grabbed the arm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, James, she was out for the Mohawk game that we covered, Fortuna was.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I've really enjoyed watching her play. She's just tough, and it even looks better. And it fits the kind of player she is perfectly, that she has this gauze in her nose. So,
here's the bad news. I thought it was the reach-in against Brancato. They didn't get it against Brancato. They got it against Anna Clark.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So 4 fouls for Clark. She now has to go to the bench.
Yeah.
15-point lead for Laurel. Clark, by the way, no points, though an important part of this offense. 15-foot jumper came up short there for the Bucs. That was Wojciak on the shot. Reagan We'll bring it across the timeline, down to 1:10 remaining. To the right wing, Fortuna. Back up to Jellyman, now to Atkins. Baseline drive, jump stop, off the window and in.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so now they're getting out on her a little bit, but now they're not doing anything against her drive. Great first step, another good jump stop.
We have a whistle and a reach-in foul, 1-and-1 free throws coming, but how much of that is based on the closeout and how much of that is based on the help side defense?
It's the help side defense, that's exactly it, James, you're right, yeah. So, you know, her girl, the girl guarding her is coming hard charging out to take away the three. So she goes by with the left-hand dribble. The help comes over. She jump stops, greets the help, initiates the contact, and then gets up at the rim. And that's exactly how you want to play that.
Health and motion bonus free throws, but missing the front end that time is Brancata. We're down to 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
I feel like this is kind of an important stretch for both teams. Laurel could blow this game wide open right here. Burrell could kind of hang in there, you know.
Atkins may have had another chance at a step-back three. Instead, he's going to run some clock, now under 30 seconds remaining. Gets another screen from younger sister Tori. Nice roll and pass, find to Fortuna, up and in.
Yeah, you could see Atkins, the playmaker there, could see that coming from a mile away. Drew the defender, really nice pass.
10 seconds left on the clock. Down to 6 as Fisher tries to drive in, swings it over to Wojciak. She'll take a deep three and drain it at the buzzer, so a big end for both teams to end the first half.
That was huge for Burrell. You don't want to go in down 19. Big difference between 19 and 16.
38-22 your score at the half. We'll be back in a moment with the Castle Asphalt Halftime Show here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
At LCAP Early Learning Centers, our kids are superheroes with extraordinary abilities to explore and learn. All our programs are filled with amazing children, but we need help. We're hiring group supervisors, assistant group supervisors, aides, and many other support positions. If you love to work with children as young as 6 weeks old, then you could be a superhero too. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County. Apply today at lcap.org.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Best seat in the house is on HSSN.
Here on our Castle Asphalt halftime show, a strong end to the first half for both teams. Laurel with a strong move to the hoop to get a 2, but Burrell with a big answer to cut it back down to a 16-point halftime edge for the Spartans, 38-22. Chris Birch, it was a well-played first half for both of these teams, really.
Yeah, I agree. And, kind of early on in the game, Laurel jumped out, and, obviously when the prohibitive favorite jumps out like that, you think, oh, boy, this might be a really one-sided game, but certainly a great performance by Jules Fisher and a few of the other Burrell players to keep this thing close. The thing, I suppose, kind of from if you're game prepping against this Laurel team, you're a little bit unhappy or uncomfortable with the score of this game as high as it is. I think that the problem here is if Burrell has a legitimate shot to win this game, they probably have to win a game where the final score is in the high 30s, and Laurel has already got 38. So somehow, some way, I think if Burrell's going to try to do something here, they have to slow down the tempo of the game, run their offense a little bit, and obviously identify the better players for Laurel and do a better job, getting out and guarding the shots. And if you're Laurel, again, sometimes I want to have more in-depth analysis than this, but keep doing what you're doing, right? I mean, they are controlling the tempo of this game. They're getting to the rim. They're finishing. They're making their outside shots. Really, the only maybe B+ on the ledger is that they're fouling, and Burrell was in the 1-on-1, the bonus so early.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll get you the first half numbers and second half tip-off when we return here at lcsportsnet.com.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there, safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Thank our friends at Castle Asphalt for all they do for us and all of our sponsors here at lcsportsnet.com as we get ready for second half action. We just conferred with the book, the easiest way we could. Reagan Atkins leads all scorers with 21. Josie Fortuna following with 7. Danielle Pontius with 6. She's playing with 3 fouls right now, though. And Jonna Hill back in the action. She's got 2 points off the bench for the Spartans. On the other side for Burrell, Jules Fisher leads with 8. 5 points for Emily Wojciak, 4 for Casey Brancato, 3 for Riley Sterlitz, and 2 for Addie Landowski to round out the scoring for Burrell, who Laurel defeated them in the first quarter by an 18-8 differential. Here in the second quarter, a 20-14. So definitely a higher scoring second quarter.
Yeah.
Good for Burrell offensively, but giving up more than than they want.
Again, it's like just kind of one of those things where, if the game plan was to try to take Laurel's kind of star power, star players, and try to work the math a little bit. If that was the game plan, it's not going well. But if they were just going to try to play them straight up, they're doing okay. I just don't think they can outscore this team. This team has too much firepower, too much star player, or too much star power, star players to try to play them straight up. If this was me coaching against this Laurel team, I would make every effort to kind of ugly it up and try to win or lose a game 28-26. But easier said than done against Laurel's pressure.
See some of the scores going across your bottom line right now. We thank our friends at the Crane Room Grill for providing that scoreboard for us. Grab a seat at the bar, the dining room. Maybe not quite out at the loft yet, though we could have on Wednesday when it was 70 outside. But there's still plenty of room for you at the Crane Room. The one game that we definitely don't have a score for is Keystone Oaks against South Park. The winner of this one takes on the winner of that 7-10 matchup, but that one's not tipping off until 2 o'clock. Yeah. All the other games here, a 1 o'clock, or I'm sorry, not a 1 o'clock, a noon tip-off here in WPIAL first round action for Class 3A, and there is a look at that stacked 3A tournament.
Yeah, it really is stacked. So many good teams. You think about all the great teams, down here in the WPIAL and 3A, and then, you got, right in the kind of the next district north with Wilmington, of course, in Lawrence County.
How about the Hounds?
Great season. Won their region, which is the equivalent of a section, the other night in a kind of an epic battle against a very good Greenville team, who will also have a say in that 3A tournament, and then the great private school out of Erie, Mercyhurst Prep, the other really good 3A team in that tournament. So 3A girls basketball along the Ohio corridor, so to speak, loaded around here.
Wilmington's losses are to
Greenville
and Neshannock.
And
I thought there was Mohawk. They lose to Mohawk as well. I think it was one of the Lawrence County team that they lost to, but still, that's incredible.
No, they're loaded.
It'll be fun to watch what Coach Jekovic and his team does in the D10 playoffs and into the state playoffs, hopefully, as well, for all of these Lawrence County teams. To start the action here, drive and dish for Riley Sterlitz. Gets the return pass in the corner. Step back three is on the way. Short, no good. And Atkins is going to usher it out of bounds. Actually, did she in time? Great effort play. Sterlitz gives a little smile. Wow.
She didn't really, she wasn't really, did she, she almost kind of went at that, like thinking, I don't really have a chance to make this happen, but somehow she did, as Atkins chose to just box her out instead of going and getting the ball.
Ruperto knocks it into the bench, and Atkins still a little stunned, and honestly, I think still a little mad.
She's mad, she's mad.
Just remind her that she went 5 for 7 from beyond the arc in the first half. And, a very easy early nomination for our LCAP player of the game that we'll give out the award and a t-shirt for at the end of the game. Tori Atkins going to pick up the foul here, but I'll tell you what, Burrell coming out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, no doubt. This is the freshman, huh? She's a really good player.
Casey Brancato, who came off the bench, 4 points in the first half, misfires on that first free throw. Score remains 38-22 early here in the third quarter.
She just kind of picks her way, We've seen her go to the rim a couple of times where she just kind of picks her way through the defense,
Made her first 2 freebies, now has misfired on 3 in a row. By the way, Daniel Ponches with those 3 fouls starting on the bench here to begin the second half. On the other side, Anna Clark with 4 fouls for Burrell.
Burrell's in his zone.
3-2 look?
Yeah, a little 3-2. I think they may trap the they're going to trap the wings out of the 3-2.
To the right wing. Around the perimeter now to Tori. She'll step inside the arc. Little 12-footer. Back iron, no good. Fighting for the rebound and getting it is Jellyman.
Yes. She is playing great. Georgia Jellyman, the senior, comes into the game only averaging 1.8 points a game, but she is just basically playing that off the bench roll to perfection.
How about this? She's only attempted 3 free throws on the year. This will be number 4 and number 5. First one gets the friendly roll.
She's like, watch this, James. Yeah, love it.
I'm sure she still shoots her 70 per practice.
All right.
Second one on the way. Nice soft touch.
She's playing great. Happy for her.
40-22. Laurel increases their advantage here at home. Only the first round games this year, by the way, are at home. We're going to have a whistle and a traveling violation called against Brancato. Last year it was the first 2 rounds. The year before that, it was all home games until the championships.
Right.
I like this, though.
So do I.
Get the home home game.
Yeah, we're going to do it again in states too, right? The state tournament, the first round, the higher seed will get a home game.
I'm glad that's only 1 round.
Yeah.
Having a Philly school having to travel all the way to Pittsburgh or vice versa.
Right,
No, thank you.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Now having to think about it a lot more now that we have Newcastle in our area with the long trips that might have to be taken. 30-second timeout being taken here by Coach Marcantino. Timeout on the court gives us a chance to give a quick shout out to our friends from the Laurel Teachers Association.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go. Yeah!
Laurel teachers support all of our athletes on and off the field.
All right, okay.
And for their support at lcsportsnet.com, we thank all of our proud sponsors for doing what they do, allowing us to get this coverage as much as we can all the way through into the postseason and hopefully beyond into the state tournament as well.
Which got seven qualifiers, right, in the 3A.
Yep, so, and we'll talk about that here in a moment about how they've revamped, how they figure out who's number 5 through 7. Long shot is going to be gotten on a backside rebound by Atkins. 3-pointer on the way there from Ruperto is short, knocked out of bounds, and I believe last touch by Burrell, so it will stay with the Spartans.
Okay.
Now they're going to have a discussion to see which one had a better angle, and they are going to switch it around. It will be Spartans basketball.
I actually thought he missed one that went the other way in the first half, late in the first half. That was the only other time the ire of the crowd went. So, thought maybe the universe balancing itself out a little bit.
You just love that the officials will go and talk and make sure they get it correct.
Get it right. Yep.
Jellyman over the left shoulder, shot no good. Fortuna offensive bound, her putback no good. Gets it again, tries to throw it up at the end and does. And then hits the floor hard afterwards. She tried to throw up a shot. I'm not sure she shouldn't have gotten a shot attempt out of that.
Right.
And she's saying the same thing. Like,
it's
come
on the floor. What? Yeah.
Either way, though, a couple more rebounds to add to Fortuna's list. She's got 5 or 6 now.
Yeah.
Jellyman again, open on the block, inside out. Fortuna to the foul line. Tried to swing it back over to Atkins. Good job to maintain it after it was blocked back in her face.
Yeah, Brancato getting those long arms out there, making sure the shooter doesn't get the wide open shot.
With the length of Burrell, I like this 3-2 zone, but that's the way to beat it. Little baseline drive, and an 8-footer is good for Atkins.
You know, obviously, I knew Atkins was good. She's doing some stuff in this game that I didn't know she was that good.
23 on the board for the senior. Trying to drive in, unable to get the basket there is Wojciak. Leading the break the other way is Ruperto, and she'll bring it back out with the 20-point advantage. Atkins' pass knocked away, somehow made its way, though, to Jellyman. It was knocked away by Omensinski, who checked in for the first time, and now a ball goes into the third row for a Laurel turnover.
Yeah, you mentioned it again. You know, obviously a 42-22 lead for Laurel, but this Burrell 3-2. A lot of length there, and they trap out of it to try to speed the game up. It is a good defense.
To the high post it goes. Jules Fisher, leading scorer in the first half for Burrell. Omensinski, 3-pointer from the corner, no good, but a putback and an and one. Riley Sterlitz, the senior, read it all the way.
Hey, Riley Sterlitz has made several hustle plays in this game. You know, just like that. Where she just goes and gets an offensive rebound and a putback, or, you know, kind of keeps a ball alive along the sideline. She's done a lot of that. That time earning herself a hoop and a foul.
And an and one. She's now got a traditional 3 and a new school 3. 42-25 your score. We're down to 4:50 remaining in the third quarter. Double team near half court. Ruperto running out of real estate. We're going to have a whistle and a tie-up right in front of us at midcourt. It will stay on the arrow with the Spartans. And you wondered how long before you would see Danielle Pontius right at the 4:44 mark. The point guard will come back in.
Yeah.
Her with 3 fouls, Clark back in with 4.
Yeah, she's smart. I mean, she's the kind of experienced, savvy player. She certainly could play with 3.
But now Clark at the top of that 3-2 zone, wearing number 21. She's got 4 fouls for Burrell. Her first action of the second half. Ruperto loses it, gets it back, able to pass it down to Atkins. She fights off a defender. Back up to Pontius, hesitates, drives, dishes. Fortuna double teamed. We'll hand it back off, and we're going to have a blocking foul against Burrell. It'll be team's 3rd of the second half.
So, again, you just kind of go with the flow on how a game is called. And the way this game's being called is kind of interesting, is they're letting a lot of things go around the rim, but calling it very tight around the perimeter.
That foul was against senior Maggie Omensinski. And now another senior, Madison Gerthofer, checking in for Burrell. First action for those 2 seniors here in the contest. 4:15 remaining in the 3rd. Tori Atkins, left wing 3, short, no good. Ball bats around and ends up in the hands of Reagan Atkins. Why not?
Yeah, Atkins just gets that offensive rebound, gets up over everybody. What Atkins is so good at is sort of drawing soft contact around the rim and using that to kind of propel her up towards the basket and scoring.
Ruperto knocked it away once, and second time reached in and got the arm. You like aggressive defense. That one's just a little too handsy, though, Chris.
Especially in this game, the way it's being called around the perimeter, right?
So she'll check out. Jonna Hill will check back in. I like the way that Coach Marcantino's using Jonna Hill's minutes, getting her back in the flow.
Yeah, getting her back in the flow. You can tell she's uncomfortable. And you can tell she's a little frustrated about being uncomfortable.
I have a whistle and a travel here as Omensinski with the turnover.
Yeah, two. You can do 1 jump stop. You can't do 2.
Sounds good, though. Why not? Try to get you some more scores coming across as we can. Atkins goes high post. Fortuna. Good ball movement from the Spartans. Atkins will take the right wing 3. That's 6 of 8 from downtown now.
6 of 8. I mean, most people can't do that standing by themselves in their driveway. She's doing it here, moving the ball quick around the perimeter in a zone.
28 points for Atkins. By the way, not to be outdone, but technically she is. Marin Haggerty for Neshannock had 34 in the first half for Neshannock in their first round game. Great backdoor cut to find Anna Clark for her first bucket.
Yeah, nice pass by Madison Gerthofer, too, on that backdoor cut.
We're going to have to come up with a Melee Chiropractic play of the game at the end of this one. 3 on the way for Pontius is off the mark, and rebound will go out of bounds. Possession to Burrell.
That is the one problem with a trapping half-court 3-2 is, a good team, a savvy team is going to find, an open shooter. And the problem is when it's Pontius and Atkins, they're going to shoot a very high percentage from out there. And that's basically where the 20-point gap comes from, is the 3-point shooting of those 2.
Especially if you're shooting 6 of 8, and double dribble is going to be called here against Landowski for another Burrell turnover. 6 of 8 for Atkins. Rest of the team right now, Pontius the only one who's made a 3, unofficially 1 of 5 the rest of the way.
All right. I thought she had 2, but that.
Well, her first miss, I don't know how it didn't go in. So.
Right, and then she made the 1.
Tori in the corner. We're down to 2:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pontius skip pass over the top, finds Hill, drives her way in, and she's going to get to the free throw line. As coming in just a split second late was Wojciak trying to draw the charge.
How much better does Laurel's offense against that 3-2 zone look when Danielle Pontius is in the game, zipping it around and finding people on the skip?
I'll check that it was on Jules Fisher. But to answer your question, much.
Right, just your quarterback. Your quarterback's in there, reading the defense, making the correct pass, getting everybody in the right spot.
What Coach Marcantino told us before the game, too, main thing that he was worried about, how's your point guard's vision going to be wearing that mask?
Yeah.
Apparently it's okay.
It's fine.
Lead back up to 22, largest it's been here this afternoon for Laurel. Drive in, kick back out. Sterlitz, little 2-man game. Try to get it down low to Landowski. Or actually check that was Fisher who's now going to bring it back out to set up the offense. Another backdoor cut. That's where they're finding a lot of their success.
Yeah.
But this time the help defense steals it away.
Help defense and her own player, too. little friendly fire there.
Help defenses there because the offense not in the right position maybe.
Wojcik and her defender were right there.
1:45 remaining here in the third. Fortuna to the high post, able to get it down the hill, inside out passing. Extra one to the corner. Reagan to Torrey for three, too strong, no good. Now coming out with it is Burrell. 90 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Try to pass one down low. Tough time to get it over the hands of the 5'11 sophomore, Tori Atkins.
Yeah, it's tough to make that pass from the top of the key, too. There's just not a good angle to make that pass, so good help by Atkins.
And now a tough angle to inbound in the corner for Burrell. Fisher actually almost stepped on the end line, making the inbounds pass. Good save. Burrell keeps the ball in play. Little scoop shot on the reverse layup. Can't get it to go from Brancato. Quickly in transition, running the court. That's Jonna Hill. She's waiting for the return pass. Going the other way, though, are the Spartans. In the corner, Torrey. She drives baseline, and we're going to get a blocking foul there against Jules Fisher for her third.
Tori Atkins, good job making the read. The defense came hard charging out at her. So she just goes baseline, and then the help defense comes across and helps.
With exactly 1 minute to go on the clock.
That's Fisher's third foul, too.
Long two on the way for Jonna Hill. Back iron, no good. She's got 4 off the bench tonight in her first action back on the hardwood. Pass down low. Shot. Gets a friendly roll, does Anna Clark.
You usually don't get a friendly roll from the bottom of the rim. What Fisher does there.
A little bit of English.
Yeah.
Were we allowed to say that as a history and math teacher up here?
Sure.
Atkins, she's going to get a blocking foul drawn with Jules Fisher picking up her fourth now with 30 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Yes.
And all you hear is Coach Reddick saying, Jules, got to move your feet.
Move your feet, be smart. You have 4 fouls. And again, you think you're down 20. Why would you get her out of there for the last 30? But, I mean, she is literally carrying this team offensively. So if she fouls out, any hopes of climbing back in this game would probably go by the wayside.
She has been held off the scoreboard, though, here in the third quarter. Backdoor cut just a little too far out in front of Tori Atkins. And that's tough to do for the reigning WPIAL 400-meter dash champion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Turnover to Burrell, and they will get Fisher out for these last 30 seconds. Now they're going to get a blocking foul against the Spartans. Yeah, Tori Atkins, you'll have to check it out, this foul on Reagan Atkins, but check out our intro there, Mr. Chris Birch, because you see Tori Atkins running the anchor for the Tri-County Championships last year, the 4x400. When she got the baton, she was 40 meters behind. By the end of the 400 meters, she won by 30 meters.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
If I wasn't there, I still would not believe the video.
Yeah.
Three-pointer there from Sterlitz is no good, and it leads to an easy outlet. But at the buzzer, too strong off the backboard from Atkins. So much for that 6 for 8 percentage.
Yeah, right.
Make it 6 for 9, but a 20-point lead for Laurel after 3. Back in a moment. You're home for the WPIAL playoffs. It's a Trib Live High School Sports Network. We're glad to bring it to you here at lcsportsnet.com.
That was awesome.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Eight minutes on the clock, fourth quarter about to get underway here from Laurel High School. A 49-29 lead for the Spartans as we start quarter number 4.
Just a good, solid performance here through 3 quarters for Laurel. Exactly how you want to do this.
Three-pointer is going to be short and missed by Wojcik. And a good solid performance for a Burrell team that hasn't been in the postseason for a while. Atkins. she tells you herself.
All right.
No good.
Yeah, a little NBA 3 action there. Why not? She's feeling it. She's hitting them. But yeah, back-to-back missed 30-footers for Atkins after starting 6 for 8.
Winner of this one will take on either Keystone Oaks or South Park. That game will start at 2 o'clock today from Peters Township. Shot on the way. Bank is open on Saturdays for Emily Wojciech.
Yeah, Wojciech had that big 3 at the end of the half to kind of keep Burrell alive, and makes another basket to kind of keep the interest going here.
Pontius is going to get a trip to the free throw line as we're going to be into the 1-1. Your bonus free throw is brought to you by Health in Motion. Let's give them a shout out. No referral needed to visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy. 15-minute consultation, that's all you need. Save those unnecessary trips to the doctor's office. Don't wait months to start feeling better. They'll get you into the office within 48 hours. Call 724-856-3683. First free throw is good for Pontius. Her first points of the second half.
Yeah, Pontius is really good at kind of drawing that foul, recognizing when a defender is out of position, does that little inside-out move, and draws the contact. She's been doing that her whole career.
74% free throw shooter is Pontius. She made both. Just over 7 minutes to play. Pass down low for Landowski. Has to track it down in the corner. Knocked out of bounds there by Jellyman.
Jellyman in the right place at the right time, again defensively in the right spot to knock it out of bounds. She has had a very good day, especially on the defensive end.
Inbound right in front of us, in front of the Burrell bench. Shot off the mark from Anna Clark. She's had a rough night off the scoreboard in the first quarter. A couple baskets there in the third. One of the top scorers for Burrell, also playing with 4 fouls, but still playing active defense. Fortuna, extra pass to the corner, and a wide open drive for Tori Atkins, getting her first points.
Yeah, they just got the defense out of position. That's how you do it, that extra pass. There just wasn't anybody there, and the help would have had to come all the way across, just wasn't there in time to catch up with the speedy Atkins.
6:30 remaining here in this first round WPIAL playoff game. Good screen at the elbow, shot off the mark for Wojciech, but an offensive rebound, Brancato. The freshman's played great off the bench. Her pass down low into double coverage is tipped out of bounds by Laurel.
Yeah, Atkins jumping up and getting her fingers on that. Obviously did not need to, but.
Some great moments, though, here for Burrell to build upon for the future, right?
That's a great way to look at it, certainly.
And right here being another one, drive in for Jules Fisher. Shot, though, off the mark. Great move, couldn't get it to finish. Quickly in transition the other way, and I'm going to get 2 free throws for Josie Fortuna. She was hit from behind, and if that's Clark, that's her 5th.
Yeah, Fortuna ends up on the floor and looks up, and with that, that gauze in her nose. It's like the old one of those old kind of World War II movies, whenever she gets up. So, yeah, you look, James, you talked about Burrell's future. Fisher and Clark, both sophomores, and they've been very impressive today.
Pontius Insurance timeout. We'll keep it right here. Just over 6 minutes remaining in today's contest. Again, the other games, we got them going on the bottom line. The scores as they're coming in to us. The big one across town, the Shannock taking control of Charleroi, who only had 5 players dressed, we were told, for that game.
Any updates from Mohawk?
Not yet. I'm going to try to find. That's the other big one.
That's the big one, right.
Would love to see a Mohawk win because you get Mohawk Neshannock.
Mohawk Neshannock, and then, obviously Laurel hangs on in this one. Then you got 3 teams in the right side of the bracket, so to speak.
Yeah, let me tell you how excited I am about that.
Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate.
But it is what it is.
Right.
And with that, we'll have a couple of free throws coming out of this timeout. Gives us a chance as well to remind you we'll be at Mohawk. We'll have video coverage, no audio for that one, just video only for that game at Mohawk on Monday. And we'll also have the full coverage for Neshannock boys game on Monday as well. A lot of home games. 10 of the 12 WPIAL teams from Lawrence County have a home playoff game.
Right, yeah, as you and I kind of both noted on Twitter, all Lawrence County teams A lot of them being rewarded for great seasons with high seeds or low seeds, depending on how you look at the numbers in the first round of the tournament.
I got to correct myself on an earlier score. The score we were given earlier was backwards. Mohawk actually leading Apollo Ridge by 12 at the halftime break.
Nice. Good news. Good mistake, James.
I'll gladly make that mistake. So Fortuna made 1 of 2. We're down to 5:45 remaining. We're going to steal in the backcourt. Tori Atkins able to grab it and then pass it off before going down to the deck. Good quick hands. I believe it was Jellyman who first knocked it away. Pontius will step in for a 3. Can't get it to go. Jellyman in there again for the rebound. Reagan. Oh, she's missed 3 in a row now. Shooters keep on shooting.
Right. No, exactly. Exactly. You're in rhythm. Keep shooting them. Way too early to start thinking about, we want to take the air out of the ball. Up 23 with 5:23 to go. Stay aggressive.
And she will right off the inbounds again and gets a friendly roll. Reagan Atkins with 31 points for the Spartans. 57-31 your score. Erica Price in, by the way. First time we've seen her today. Final senior for this Spartan squad. And nearly forces a turnover. Still with possession, though, Jules Fisher. She drives in, ripped away from her, kicking it out. And a little floater on the way. Too strong and no good. Rebound, tie-up on the backside rebound. That shot, by the way, was taken by Michaela Curry.
Yeah, good work defensively here by Laurel as, they kind of continue to, they're not pressing. They're, kind of called off the dogs a little bit, so to speak, but they continue to be in the right place.
Pontius finds an avenue and takes it. She's now got 9.
Yeah, just that little stutter step change of speeds that she is so good at. She did it again there.
Big traffic jam there at the elbow. Fighting through the screen here. I think we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Yep, it is on Tori Atkins.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen 2 Burrell players run into each other hard tonight? I mean, way more than usual, right? That between two teammates.
Inbounds pass will go into the forecourt.
It's never really had the feel of it, James, but another stop and a basket by Laurel, and we'll be into the running clock situation. This never really had a feel of kind of a running clock kind of a game, but
third foul there against Josie Fortuna. But yeah, you're absolutely right. All of a sudden, those last couple of outside shots. Good post move in, shot a little off the mark from Landowski, and Reagan Atkins will track it down in the corner. Quickly up the court, getting it to Erica Price in the corner. She'll kick it back out around the perimeter. Reagan's going to keep on firing. Short on this one, no good. Fortuna doing what she does best. Price on the putback, it's good.
Got it. Yeah, good job by Price. Good ball movement, and there's the first 30-point lead of the night for the Spartonians.
The running clock the rest of the way with 3:40 remaining, and there's Fortuna's 4th foul. So as soon as we get the running clock, it'll stop.
She makes them count, though, doesn't she?
Yes.
She gets her money's worth on her fouls.
One and one, it is good. So getting the extra shot, Addie Landowski. Now with 3 points on the afternoon for the senior. Again, coming up after the game, we'll have our LCAP Player of the Game and our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game awards coming your way. Burrell still playing hard, pressing, trapping in the corners when they can. Atkins, 7 of 12 from beyond the arc in the game. One of those counts with the half-court shot, by the way.
Right.
Attempt number 13 short. Fortuna's going to get in for another offensive rebound. Her put back off the mark. She's got to have at least 8 rebounds at this point, and we have a timeout on the court. 61-33, another Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you give Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, or Tracy Giddings a call. Get your best service and customer service and rates when you are using a local agent at Pontius Insurance. But don't call Dan Pontius right now, okay?
Yeah, he's busy. He's occupied.
61-33 your score. The Spartans will, it looks like, advance into the quarterfinal round. And the way it works now, so it used to be follow the leader to get the rest of the state bracket figured out. So top 7 go. They're finally bringing back the consolation bracket. So any team that wins in this first round is guaranteed to play at least 2 more games, because the semifinalists will all be in, and then 3 of the 4 quarterfinal losers will be in, and it's all based not upon what the team you lost to did, like it has been the past probably 5-6 years.
I never liked that. I was never a fan of that.
Well, because if it goes by chalk, so for example, I think it's 2A boys only gets 5 teams in.
Yes.
If everything goes chalk, how it should, then the teams ranked 1, 2, 3, and 4 make it, but also then the team ranked 8th would get the 5th spot, which just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. That never made sense. There's gyms, there's officials, there's kids who want to play consolation games. Yeah, that never made sense to me. I've not been a fan of that, and so I didn't know that. I didn't know that they had gone that way, and I like that too, James. When you think about 3 Lawrence County teams perhaps being on the the same quarterfinal bracket, same side of the bracket, so that's good for them too.
Yeah, you get to you keep playing. If you keep on winning, you control your own destiny, which is all that matters.
Yep.
Laurel will get possession. Running clock down to 2:45 remaining here in this one. The reason they did that originally, Chris, was when they went to 6 classifications, they were worried about there not being enough gyms and officials and everything to be able to have all those games when they with all the extra games with just the extra classification.
Right. I get that. And then the other thing is and I remember like this sort of as a as a kid, as a a high school player myself, thinking how strange it was to practice not knowing if your season is over.
Yes.
So I mean, I remember teams that would practice for 2 weeks and then their season would end.
Free throw is up and good for Reagan Atkins. More bonus free throws brought to you by Health in Motion. Atkins makes them both. She's got 33. So Reagan Atkins 33, Burrell 33. Just crazy how that has gone today. A chance to change that, though, as Wojciak's going to get a trip to the line, and that'll stop the clock again at about the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, Wojciak's played well. She's a good player, 5'9" senior. She hit that big 3 at the end of the half to kind of keep Burrell in the game, or at least feeling like they were in the game, to cut it to 16 at the half, and that was a really nice left-handed take.
And by the way, I like this right now. Burrell has their 5 seniors out there one final time together.
Yeah, I like that too. Yep.
Madison Gerdhofer, Maggie Omensinski out there at the line. Wojciak just made her first free throw, and the other 2 out there are Addie Landowski and Riley Sterlitz.
Yeah, they'll always be remembered as the group, right? That kind of, when they got started as freshmen and sophomore, were a struggling program, and they went out as seniors, getting this program to the playoffs for the first time in a long time.
No. 30-second Pontius Insurance timeout called there by Coach Reddick. And again, you've seen a lot of great things from this Burrell team that hopefully they can build on for the future.
Yeah, good senior group leaving a very good legacy, and really the kind of the talent in this group is it lies with that sophomore class, right? Jules Fisher, Anna Clark, they are terrific players, and you got a couple of other kids coming. Certainly, Brancato, the freshman. So yeah, no question.
That's Chris Birch joining us here for the fun. I'm James Dotson. Glad he can make the trip down as District 10 has their little hiatus for about a week before playoffs begin.
Yeah, we'll be certainly back in action. The 3A boys getting going Thursday, all of the other boys getting going Friday, and then all of the classes of girls will go a week from today on Saturday.
Saturday will be a busy day, we hope, in WPIAL country, as we could have a potential of 3 or 4 games featuring WPIAL teams from Lawrence County playing on Saturday. Now throw in Wilmington that'll be playing on Saturday.
Laurel working the delay a little bit, and again, they're not really working it for this game, but they're working it for
practice. But as soon as you get that, and you can tell right now, I'm going to say Reagan Atkins must have tied the school record for 3-pointers, because she's chucked up about 3 or 4 in this fourth quarter. I think they've told her go get it.
Go get one more, yeah, for sure.
Another timeout called, which gives us a chance to give another shout out to her friends from the Laurel Teachers Association.
Hey. Come on in, let's go. Yeah!
Laurel teachers support all of our athletes on and off the field.
All right, okay.
63-35 your score. Time winding down here on this game. About a minute 30 remaining. And did you ever have one of those opportunities where you could tell a player to
Yes.
go out there and specifically go for a record?
Yes. There was a situation I had 2 years ago, my last year coaching, where I had a player who needed like 14 points in the fourth quarter of a game that had become a blowout, so they, the other coach was mad at me. I took her out short of that, and he kind of looked over at me like, "No, leave her in there, get it." So I kind of laughed, nodded my head, put her back in, and she went and got it. So yeah, I mean, obviously, you don't ever want to show up an opponent, but there's certainly moments where both coaches understand, hey, and I'm sure that's what's happening here.
And kudos to that coach. And I mean, we saw plenty of that.
Yes.
Union's Matt Stanley ended up getting the school all-time scoring record, putting up 37 in a night in a game that they ended up winning by like 45 or 50. And same thing, it's like, why are the players still in at that point in the game? They knew what was going on.
Yes.
They knew, wanting to break that record at home especially.
Yep.
Those are the things that good coaches understand and work with each other.
Yeah, I mean, we talked before the game. Good buddy of mine, the Meadville coach, and I said, hey, she needs 32 to get it. And so at the about midway through the fourth quarter, I took her out, and everybody kind of gave her hands like it was the last time, and he yelled down the side like, "Get her back in there!" And I okay.
Coach Marcantino getting his seniors one last curtain call. Free throw no good. Putback attempt no good. Atkins will get the rebound. Under a minute to play, and they're going to get it to her. She's going to try to get some space.
Burrell saying, nope, not on my watch.
Hey, you can tell. They're doing anything they can to set her up, and she's laughing.
Yeah. They're practically double teaming her here.
And sometimes you just got to keep it more in the flow of the offense. Maybe she loses it, gets it right back.
Right, I agree.
From the volleyball line, get in there. Off the mark. The whole crowd knows what's going on. Clock keeps running, and it's Burrell basketball. No, they got a foul on the rebound against Laurel.
Okay. So she'll get one more possession to get it.
At one point, she was 6 of 8 from beyond the arc. Missed the half-court shot. Two free throws coming for the Bucs. Riley Sterlitz on the line, misses the front. 27 seconds remaining in this first round game.
So realistically, probably one more possession for Laurel.
Second free throw is good. 63-36. What play can they run to try to get Reagan Atkins that final shot? Get some space. She's going to pull it up. Back iron, no good. 8 seconds left. They're going to bring it back out. Tori gave it back to Reagan. It's
Get in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
0.7 on the clock. They tried everything, and again, kudos to Laurel to try to make that happen. Kudos to the Burrell fans. I saw even a couple of them giving a little, fist pump as that one fell off. But hey, she gets 3 free throws out of it.
Speaking of competitiveness, you can see too the Burrell players didn't want it to happen against them on their watch. And,
absolutely,
they were face guarding her and double teaming her and all that other stuff. So
I have a feeling this is going to be Reagan Atkins doing all she can to make sure she gets those 3 points anyway. Misses the set. Oh, shit.
You got to do it on the third one, Reagan.
She thought that was the last free throw of the game. She forgot it was 3 free throws.
And then now she gave away what they're trying to do.
And she missed everything. That's gonna hurt the average. Nonetheless, with 7/10 on the clock, that's how this one's gonna end. 64-36 your final here from Laurel High School. Tri-County Principals post-game show when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
That was awesome.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
It's our Tri-County Principals post-game show here from Laurel High School. Your final score again, 64-36. The number 2 ranked Laurel Spartans victorious over the Burrell Bucaneers here this afternoon from Laurel High School. And really cool again to have that home game in the playoffs, Chris, to get those seniors one last time on the court and almost a chance at history. Oh, it is history. It's tied history. Officially, we've confirmed 7 3-pointers. That ties the single-game record set by Faith Gibson.
Faith Gibson, a great player, of course, a couple of years ago for Laurel, class of 2020. Had a chance to coach her a little bit on an AAU team. Just a great player, great shooter.
Reagan Atkins, at one point she was 7 of 11 from beyond the arc, but misfired. I think I have on her last 6 attempts, and they tried. They kept trying to feed her those opportunities, but credit to Burrell that they
you can't
stymied
fault
it, right?
them for that. I'm sure there's probably a few people at Laurel saying, why are they doing that? But, I don't know what record she's chasing, but obviously she's chasing a record. We're not going to let her do it on our watch. That's sure.
She does get 34 points, though, on the night. An easy choice for our LCAP Player of the Game award. Let's get that out of the way right now. LCAP and LC SportsNet proud to honor Reagan Atkins for today's Player of the Game award. She'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of today's Player of the Game. You can view the full list at lcsportsnet.com. Congratulations, Reagan Atkins, 34 points and tying a school record for threes in a game with 7. She's our LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP changing lives. Real quick, the other scoring, Daniel Pontius 9, Josie Fortuna 8, Jonna Hill 4, and 2 each from Erica Price, Tori Atkins, and Georgia Jellyman to round out the scoring for Laurel. 10 for Jules Fisher unofficially with the high score. Emily Watchak finished with 8. 4 each for Brancato, Clark, and Landowski, and 7 I missed for Emily Wojciak to round out the scoring. 6 for Riley Sterlitz, as we're going to get a chance to talk real quick with Coach Marcantino of the Laurel Spartans. I'll give you that there, Coach. Get you all hooked up here. All right, bring that down. Coach, you got me?
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to bump you up just a little bit here. Coach, first off, let's talk about the fun at the end. Yeah, had a chance to get the history, but just came up a little short, about 3 or 4 attempts at it, though.
Yeah, Reagan has done such a nice job this year, and she deserved that shot to get that. And I like the way the kids got behind her. They were setting up plays for her and everything else. Just a good team effort the way they tried to get that forward. But I apologize to the coach. I know I've been on the other end of that sometimes, and it could be a little nerve-wracking. But I think it was well-deserved for her to get a shot.
Well, she had her shot, still put up 34 points tonight and does tie the school record for most threes in a game. Just talk about the senior class as a whole and a chance to play one final home game here today in the playoffs.
Yeah, the senior group has just been fantastic. They're so coachable, and I was just so impressed with their overall, like being a student athlete. I just saw on the paper yesterday, all our group is on high honor or honor roll. Couldn't ask for better kids and coachable kids, and they work hard every day, and they're just like really focused on each game.
Right, Coach, I thought, too, one of the high points of the game, while the game was sort of still in question who was going to win, was the way he shared the basketball. Yes. Obviously you talked about what great kids they are, and, we had a little fun at the end there where they were trying to break the record, but, for the most part, when Burrell went man, you guys executed that motion offense, that continuity offense that you run so well. They went to that 3-2 zone, which is a tough defense with Burrell's length. You guys were zipping the ball around, here's what I say about your team. I've seen you now twice. You guys always seem to work until you get the right shot. You don't always make it, but it's the right shot. That was a really key thing, I thought, in tonight's game, or today's game, more than anything.
I appreciate that, and I agree with you. That's been one of our strengths. And lately, against the zone, we've done much better. And the tandem 2-3 is very hard.
Yeah.
Especially with their length.
Yep.
And we go corner to corner, and we get them spread out, and then the shots we're taking are all in rhythm and on balance. Yep. And I think that's part of why we're shooting the ball better. Right. Is we're very patient, and even when they go man, I feel good because we space them out, and we can do a lot. And like you said, the continuity, we have a balanced attack, so we can go inside or outside, and I think that really helps us a lot. But no, I agree with you. It's like before the zones hurt us, and now we're being more patient against the zone. We're zipping around, like you said, and also it's like we're hitting the gaps and we're finding an open person.
Yep.
So and they're shooting them like we do a lot of shooting in practice lately, and they've been really a lot more confident. So it's been really fun working with this group this year. They're just focused on each game. I told them today, hey, it's the present right now.
Right.
We got to get after it, and they've been doing that, and now we get to go to work. For Wednesday. So.
Well, and how many times too do you see in these early rounds of the playoffs? When you come in with a great regular season record, you get yourself a 1, 2, 3, 4 seed. You play a team that's around 500 that has a lower seed, and that team gives a real scare to the higher seed, or even in some cases upset them. I thought you guys came out today. You kind of set the tone. Burrell had a few moments where it looked like maybe they were going to get back in the game, but your kids never panicked. They just kept playing. They were themselves today, which is so key in these early round games when you're the favorite.
And it is very difficult at the first playoff game, like you say, to all that confusion and the talk, and they just came out, and like you say, they were really themselves, and they played with enthusiasm and energy, and they really played patiently. And I couldn't be prouder of the way they got after it. And like we talked about it last night, being their last home game, and they were just really excited. And it's just been a tight-knit group, and it's been fun. And they're, you could just see in their eyes, like when they came in today, they're very focused.
One of the kids that I kind of made a big deal about, having coached myself, you love seeing this. You mentioned it, the last home game is, the senior that comes off the bench for you, Georgia Jellyman. She was all over the place. She got every loose ball. She made a couple of free throws. She had a basket. It's almost like if you could script out how you'd like your sort of 7th, 8-ish man to go in there and do, in a game like this. She was like the perfect example of what you would want out of that.
And I agree with you. Georgia has been she's had such a great attitude. And last year, when we had the injuries, she came in and we made the playoffs, and she was a big part of that.
Nice.
And that really helped us a lot. And her attitude's been fantastic. Like you say, whatever she can do, she's there waiting. When it's her turn, she's ready. And I can't say enough about that, because that's hard on the bench sometimes, and she's ready to go. But when she gets in there, she does a great job. And like you say, she was all over the place. She's getting rebounds, blocking out, boxing out. So. Yeah, I agree with you.
It was perfect like example of what you'd want your senior 6th, 7th man to go in and do. Lots of energy, great stuff from her.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Now, Coach, I've gotten a chance, as we've been setting stuff up here, seeing your girls like the end of a practice. The fact that they work hard like they do is expected, but they have so much fun in doing it, and that I think is something that is so tough to get that good balance of.
I agree with you, and I told them from day one, like, we want to try to have fun with the fundamentals, and they work very hard, and we challenged them this summer, but they also work hard on the fundamentals, and they also, I think it's very important to have fun, like you say, and you could see them having fun, and that's a great thing with those seniors, and they've been such good models for the young kids. They're just like tremendous to, like, they help them out and they show them the things to do, and they don't talk a lot, they'll just show them through their example, and it's just been great, for me. What a nice ride for me this year. It's been a great ride, and I just couldn't be happier for that group.
And you got at least 2 more games with them no matter what. Real quick, just look at the rest of the way, especially we got 3 teams from this section still on this side of the bracket. Last notice we had, Mohawk was up by 10 at halftime in their game too.
That doesn't surprise me. I think our section is so good, and it just helps us coming into playoff time. So, yeah, we're just excited to move on and survive and advance, and we're going to try to get ready tomorrow or Monday. Try to get ready again, and it's just a good thing. It's just so exciting to go right now.
And we're excited to continue following. We'll likely see you on Wednesday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Congrats, Coach. Great stuff.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Coach Jim Marcantino of his victorious Laurel Spartans 64-36 here today to advance the Spartans into the second round of the tournament, the Elite Eight, the quarterfinals, whatever it is you want to call it. But they will play the winner of that game right there, South Park versus Keystone Oaks, tipping off at about 2 o'clock.
Yep, a couple half hour or so.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll, if everything goes on schedule, we're going to try to get one last check on a Mohawk score. Just dissect this game here real quick, Chris, of what you saw from this Spartans team and what they can keep building on.
Well, and I think that, the big thing, that Coach Marcantino and I talked about it is how often do you see in these early round games, these teams that come in with these great records, 18-4, 20-2-ish, high seeds, 1, 2, 3 seeds. They come in against a 500 team, lower seed, nothing to lose, but they have a little bit of talent. And the other team, the higher rated team comes in tight, is kind of tight, and you see a close game, or in some cases even an upset. I thought the way Laurel came out today, they just played hard. They played great on defense. Obviously the way Reagan Atkins shot the ball to start the game didn't hurt, but they were, they were terrific. And then from that moment on, what they did is they just kind of played good enough defense. They managed the game. When Burrell went into that 3-2 zone, they did a great job kind of moving the ball, getting the right shot, and were able to just kind of play hideaway, never let Burrell really kind of get back in the game. And, you can't really script it better for what you would want in an early round game when you are the favorite. And a really nice, like both you and I have said and Coach said too, a really nice send-off for these seniors to get one more home game and come in here and play great.
We got to give a shout out to one of the other seniors who is our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award recipient. We're going to give it to Erica Price, who got the put-back layup with help from another one of the seniors off of a Josie Fortuna rebound. Erica Price getting in the scorebook for your Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game can be found as well on the Standout platform on Twitter and Instagram for Trib Live, and of course on our YouTube page. Check it out all year long at lcsportsnet.com. Your Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Score update real quick from Mohawk. They're up by 21 in the fourth quarter. So we're going to have a Neshannock against Mohawk quarterfinal game in the bottom half of the bracket, and Laurel taking on either Keystone Oaks or South Park in the top half.
I'm chuckling because I'm thinking, if you're Apollo Ridge right now and you're down 20, you're thinking, who the heck made this the 11th seed?
I think Coach Marcantino kind of said it perfectly. Like this section is legit, and I heard somebody in the hallway too. One of the Burrell fans, as I was going down and confirming that record and passing out the T-shirts. Seton LaSalle sounds like they were leading over Waynesburg. If so, then they will play Shady Side Academy.
Okay.
Shady Side Academy lost to Seton LaSalle by 20+ earlier in the year. That's one of their two losses. So how do you think they feel that they got into the same quadrant as a team that beat them?
The team that beat them is the 9 seed.
Yes.
So wow, that's a heck of a thing.
Yeah. So we'll keep tabs on that one. But right now we do have a Lawrence County versus Lawrence County quarterfinal, which means we're guaranteed at least one making it into the semis, and Laurel's saying, hey, we want to be there too.
That's right. Yeah, no question. So yeah, we'll get them, and certainly Laurel will once again be the favorite against the winner of Keystone Oaks South Park. But as they say in each round, the level goes up a notch, and not knowing much about Keystone Oaks or South Park, just knowing about how good those programs have been traditionally, that'll be a great game.
Chris Birch, you available Wednesday?
I am.
I think you might be getting a phone call then.
Great. Yes, I'm ready.
We will have coverage coming up. So here's the schedule we got. Monday, we'll have games at Mohawk and at Neshannock for the boys. On Tuesday, we'll be at Shenango for the boys' 8-9 game. On Wednesday, Union boys will have their home quarterfinal game, plus we will get one of these girls' games. Presumably the Mohawk-Neshannock game should be close to home, you would think.
Yeah.
So we'll likely have that one coming your way as well. And on Thursday, we'll have the Union girls' home game, plus a potential for some 3A boys quarterfinal action. And then let's move ahead real quick. Friday will be home for a Newcastle quarterfinal game, and Saturday, semifinals somewhere. 1A boys, 2A girls, 3A girls, all can be playing. Keep tabs, lcsportsnet.com. We're staying busy. We told the wives, sorry, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
That's awesome, right? Yeah, no time like the playoffs.
That's the best time of the year for sure. And it's a great time when we get Chris Birch joining us. Thank you again, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, glad to get these calls, and certainly will be. Would love to join you again this week.
Well, I have a feeling that might happen. So stay tuned for more games coming up on the Lawrence County SportsNet. But one final time here, 64-36 your final here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. We'll see you coming up this week for more playoff action. Have a great day, everyone. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.